Thank everyone for coming out today. It turned out to be a great day. We were kind of worried about the weather, but it turned out to be beautiful. So the order of events today, we'll have a short ceremony, ribbon cutting ceremony, and then it will be followed by a tour. For those who can't make the tour, we will be doing another one soon. We can schedule that, or we'll do it in the spring. So just let me know if you'd like to do something like that. As you will see in the tour, the facility is very nice, and a lot of people did a lot of hard work to make this happen. So I hope you enjoy the time today. At this time, I'd like to turn it over to Chairman Daniels.
Thank you. Just want to say welcome. Thanks to Commissioner Horton, Commissioner Saxon, Commissioner Thomas, who are here. Also Mayor of Watkinsville, Dave Sharon's here, and we appreciate them coming up. This is a real exciting day. Some of y'all have been here before in the old plant to see what a big change we have. A real special thanks to Erin and his team, who have really changed the culture of this facility and made it what it is today in operation-wise. So we're real proud of this new facility, and thank you for coming.
Thank you, Chairman. I'd also like to recognize a few people. First of all, Chairman Daniell, for your vision and everything that you've done for this project. Commissioner Chuck Horton, thank you. Commissioner Bubba Wilkes, Commissioner Mark Thomas, and Commissioner Mark Saxon. Thank you. We'll also like to thank and recognize our county administrative staff, our county administrator, Justin Kerouac, our finance director, Wes Gettings, thank you. And also a person who's been a big help to me during this whole project is our communications director, Diane Baggett. We also want to recognize our Constantine Engineering, who designed this project. They've done a fabulous job. I want to thank you guys. I think the president, Jim Kaiser, is here. Where are you, Jim?
Yep.
All right, thank you, Jim. I don't think Roger made it today, did he?
No, sir, he didn't.
Roger served as our inspector. And I think Dan Huggins. Did Dan make it today?
He wasn't able to.
Okay.
Both the project.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for the job that you did designing this. It works very well, and we appreciate it. I also want to thank Crowder Construction. These guys worked tirelessly to make this project happen. On site today, we have our project manager, Andrew Powell. Andrew, where are you? Andrew's back there. Thank you. Mike Powers. Mike, thank you for the work that you did. And I believe Mark Dixon's here. Where's Mark? We appreciate the work that you've done on this project. There's a lot of hurdles during a construction project, and these guys worked with us very carefully to make sure that we had a good and smooth transition. I just want to thank you guys. I also want to thank our water resources staff, Gloria Batson, Janan White, and last but not least, our assistant water resource director, Mickey Baughcum. Mickey proved this week that he can outwork a lot of these younger guys. So Mickey, I want to thank you. I also want to thank our water pollution control staff. These guys have put in a lot of hours, come in a lot of nights during the old plant before we were able to transition to the new. And I particularly want to thank Erin for you and your staff. Jake Hayes, where's Jake at? Jake, thank you. John Jackson, John, and Randy Bolden. Guys, I appreciate all the hard work that you've done, and it's much appreciated. I also want to thank one person. I recognize Vicki with you on is here. It's Upper Oconee Water Network. Is that correct?
Upper Oconee Water.
Okay. These guys have been great to work with. Vicki and I have formed a good partnership and look forward to all the work that we're going to be doing and accomplishing for her. And just thank everybody. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Erin. Erin's going to give a brief project, kind of where we got to where we are today. Erin.
Thank you, Tim. Again, welcome to Calls Creek. Just want to give everyone kind of a brief history of where we were and now where we are. In 1985, construction began on the old Calls Creek facility. Up until that point, untreated wastewater was actually discharged directly into the receiving waters. It was one of the last ones in the state of Georgia. EPA granted some funds to to Watkinsville to build this facility, and it comprised of 2 rings of the orbital and then 2 small clarifiers as part of a biological treatment process. Almost 10 years later, in '95, they added a 3rd ring and a 3rd clarifier, moving the capacity from about 160,000 gallons to 400,000 gallons, which was pretty substantial, more than double the original capacity. Then about 8 years later, we built some membranes, which was cutting-edge technology at the time, and it increased the capacity of the facility from 400,000 to 670,000. And then a little bit later on, in, what did I say, 2003? 2009, I'm sorry, a 3rd membrane was added, which shored up the 670,000 gallons, and we rode with that all the way up until this new facility. We're now sitting on 1.5 million gallons, and we have the ability to move to 3 million gallons with very few modifications. We've got this orbital, or this aeration basin behind us. We've already got the infrastructure for a 2nd one, so we can actually double that capacity pretty easily. So from 30 years ago, we went from going straight into the receiving waters to a facility that can handle 3 million gallons a day, which is, or will be able to handle 3 million gallons a day, which is a pretty substantial increase. And the nice thing is, we've even reused the orbital from 30 years ago. It's been converted into a sludge holding tank. So although we have a brand new facility, we still have a bit of where this originally came from, which I think is pretty cool. So there's not a whole lot else now. We'll talk about a lot of stuff as we do the tour, but if anybody has any questions about the history of the plant, feel free to ask now. All right, Tim?
At this time, we'll do the ribbon cutting.